Hi guys, in this video we're going to have a look at 2003 Junior Cert Higher Level Question 2. This is a very different style of question than we're used to seeing in Junior Cert Question 2. Just to have a quick look through the question, the figure shows the outline of a perfume bottle including a square label. Draw the figure to the given dimensions showing all constructions clearly. That's part A. And part B, draw a similar figure to the given figure having an overall height of 140. Now, there's quite a bit of construction involved in this. There's points of contact and center points of arcs and circles to be constructed and found. And of course, every construction will be awarded marks. So, look, let's just get started straight away. From on the left-hand side of my page, I'm going to get started here. I'm going to come up 50 mil from the bottom of the page, and that will give me a starting line, and I'm going to come in 90, and that line right there, a vertical line at the 90, will be the central axis of the object itself. So the measurements given are 65 mil high, and then a further 80, which brings me up to 145, and then 40 is 185, and 10 is 195. So there are all the heights given. I'm going to start off on my 65, and at that point I need to draw a 55mm circle. So I'll just drop in the radius right there. Grab the compass and draw the circle. Within that circle there needs to be a label. Now there's a square label just based on a diamond. So just drop in. The first one is very light. I have the 5H pencil. It's just a piece of construction that will allow me to find the correct point for the second one. At this stage we could draw a small square about the center here and enlarge it through, but what we'll find is that this is the same process but much faster. A 45-degree line going each direction through the center gives you the center point of each face, which will construct that square for us. Now I'll switch over to my heavier pencil, my H, and I'll add in the outline of that square. Now that is the label of the bottle done. First few marks I got there, and now I'm going to move on to these radius 30 curves which are working down here to the ground. Now it's not just an arc, it is a circle. It is circles in contact. There is a circle here that is radius 30 that touches at a point. They've also informed us that they want the center point to lie along this line. So what we need to do is we need to think back to circles in contact. What we'd have always done before, and I might just add this in a different colour, what we'd have always done before is this. We'd pick any random position at all, and we'd run off a line from the centre point of the main circle they are given and extend it. And we'd add the radius on. So in this case it's 30. Add on the 30, so it's plus 30 there. So it's the radius of one circle added on to the radius of the other. And then we will carry out a movement. We will take it from the centre and we will move it. So what I am getting right now when I swing, I'm getting the centre point of every possible circle that is a radius 30 that touches this outer circle. Now the only one that I'm interested in, that's every possible circle. The only one I'm interested in is this one right here, where it touches and crosses the baseline. So that is the correct center point for me. You can't draw a circle without having your point of contact. So the point of contact for two round objects lies on the line joining the centers. So that's my POC right there. Point of contact. It's a symmetrical object, so I can take the point of contact and mirror it across to here. And I can also take the center point, just on that baseline and mirror it across. And just to verify that everything is going correct and I've made no mistakes here, I'm going to draw the line joining the centres once more and verify that it catches the same point of contact. So once that's done, then get my labels in. It's time to draw the two base curves coming from this centre point to touch the point of contact. We have one, and from this centre point to touch the point of contact, I get my second curve. So there's my two base curves constructed correctly and drawn in. Now, moving on. We have a very same process to do really this time, and it's for two 40mm curves here. And they go up and they hit my, what was that, an 80mm height. So I'll just extend on that point right there, horizontally across. So what we're looking for this time is a radius 40 circle that is tangential to this given circle and whose center point lies here. So once again, just like before, any random angle at all from the center point. And from the circumference, add on your 40. That's plus 40 right there. So there's 40mm added on. That is the center point of one particular circle that touches the given circle. I want to find the center point of all 40mm circles touching this circle, so I'm going to take it and swing it. And just like before, that single point right here where it touches is the given center point. That is the correct center point. You can't draw a circle without having your point of contact, so find your point of contact, the POC. We can bring the point of contact across the center line. We can mirror the center point of the circle across the center line. There. Across to here. And once again, we'll just verify that we've done it all correctly by joining center to center and catching the point of contact along the way. Perfect. So we get our POC marked just here. Now, again, just like down the base, you bring your compass onto the center, you open it up to hit the POC, and there you get your arc. Just like on this side, onto the center, hit the POC, and there's your arc. Now, before I move on and start solving the last part of this given image, I'm just going to add a little bit of weight to those curves, and only from point of contact to point of contact. What you'll find is by using points of contact correctly, you get a nice smooth flow from one curve into the next, from this curve into the next. It creates a lovely smooth transition between the curves when you use your point of contact correctly. Next part of the task is up at the top. It seems as if there's a radius missing, but there's not. There's enough information given that we can find the correct radius of this circle. What we can kind of ignore for now is this 40. Like, that's not really going to serve any purpose at the moment. Once the circle is drawn, we'll use the 40 to section off or to cut off the top of the circle. That is it. But at the moment, what we need is this. We need to use this point, and the top. Basically, we're using 3 points on a curve, 3 points on a circle, and we're going to find the center point using those 3. Now, the first thing we know is we know that the center point lies on the center line, and then we know that it touches all 3 points as well. So we're going to work back to something very basic here, chords. If we join the top point to this point, that is a chord on a circle. We could do it a second time here on the left, but if you bisect a chord, the bisector hits the center. So let's go and do that now. first off, let's draw the chord. And then we'll grab the compass and bisect. And there's my bisector. So the bisector of any chord on a circle runs through the center point of the circle. There's my center, and we'll just see how accurate we are here. Up that. So I'll put it in the light first of all. I'll draw from that point 10 mil down from the top. I can cap off this thing on the neck and cap it off here, and we can bring the compass back in. So, part A of the question. Draw the figure to the given dimensions showing all constructions clearly. That's it. That's it, fully answered right there. All constructions would be center points, points of contact, both left and right. Center point and point of contact here in the left, here in the right, and bisecting your chord to find the center of the circle. Now, to move on now to part B of the question, draw a similar figure to the given figure having an overall height of 140. Now, that means we're proportionally scaling this guy down from 195 down to 140. And we could do it in the same position and just scale it down, but that's going to get quite messy. There's a lot of drawing done here. So what I'm going to do is this. Everything here is based on height. So I'm going to just rub off those for a minute so that it's clear. I'm going to bring all of my heights onto a height line. So there's a height line. Let me give that height line a colour. So that red line represents all of the heights of the full object. I'm going to project all the important heights across. So the points of contact are definitely one of the important heights. Maybe this is going to be useful, I'm not sure yet about that. I'm going to bring the center point of the circle across. Points of contact. Top of the circle. This one right here. Center of the circle. And the top is already gone across. Next, I'm going to have to scale my 195 down to 140. To do that, I'm going to just to keep this as accurate as I can, I'm going to pick a point down here on the ground someplace. And I'm going to go good distance away now. It doesn't really matter where you go, but like for now I'm going to go 150 mil away to pick a point. So I'm just going to call that point A. I want to join every height to a point A.